Okay, moving on to question 7. 7a. Which pair of fractions are equivalent? So we have 1/2 and 1/3. The key is you want to make the same denominator. So to make the same denominator, there is a trick. You can vertically divide both of them by prime numbers only. And we divide them as long as two of them are divisible. So in 7a, there is, you can't divide both of them by the same number, so you will just do nothing. The lowest common denominator is going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. So we are going to make both of the fraction into having a denominator of 6. So if you times 1/2 by 3/3, you will get 3/6. If you times 1/3 by 2/2, you will get 2/6. And now you can clearly see that they are not equivalent. So it will be no. In order to be equivalent, they have to be exactly the same. 7b. I have 3/5. I have 9/15. So again, if I want to make the same denominator, I will just try to divide both of them by the same prime numbers. In this case, I can divide both of them by 5. My lowest common denominator which is my LCD, is going to be 5 times 1 times 3. I just multiply all of them together. And I get 15. So now that I know I need to make both denominator into 15, I can say 3/5, I can times it by 3/3 to get 9/15. And the one on the right hand side is already having a denominator of 15, so I don't need to do anything. And this time I can clearly see that they are indeed equal. So they are equivalent fractions. 7c. 3/14 and 3/21. So I have 14 and 21. I can divide both of them by 7. I get 2 and 3. So the lowest common denominator. So I just stop when I cannot divide both of the number by the same number anymore. The lowest common denominator will be 7 times 2 times 3. This is 14 times 3, which is 42. So for 2/14, I can multiply both of them by 3. I get 6/42. For 3/21, I can multiply both of them by 2. I get 6/42. So yes, they are equivalent. 7d. We have 2/3 and 3/5. Same idea, I want to make sure that they have the same denominator. I can't divide both 3 and 5 by the same number, so I would just multiply them. It will just be 15. So now I can change them into equivalent fractions. I can multiply the left-hand side fraction by 5 to get 10/15. And the right-hand side fraction by 3/3 to get 9/15. And we can now see that they are not equivalent. 7e. I have 5/6 and 15/18. Same idea, need to determine the lowest common denominator first. I can divide both of them by 2. I get 3 and 9. And I can divide both of them by 3. I get 1 and 3. So lowest common denominator, just multiply all of them together. 2 times 3 times 1 times 3. And I get 18. So for the left-hand side fraction, 5/6, I can times both the numerator and denominator by 3 to get 15/18. The right-hand side fraction is already having a denominator of 18. And now I can see that they are exactly the same. The next one is 7F. I have 24 over 28 and 6 over 7. Same idea, 28 and 7. I can divide both of them by 7. I get 4 and 1. So lowest common denominator is 7 times 4, which is 28. Left-hand side fraction already has a denominator of 28. The right-hand side fraction, I can times both the numerator and denominator by 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 7 times 4 is 28. And now I can see that they're exactly the same, so it will be a yes, they are equivalent. 7G. I have 8 over 24 and 20 over 60. I want to divide them by the same number. Divide this by 2 to get 12 and 30. Divide them by 2 again to get 6 and 15. Divide both of them by 3 to get 2 and 5. The lower common denominator will be 2 times 2 times 3 times 2 times 5. 2 times 3 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 10 is 120. So 24 times 5 is 120. So 8 times 5 is 40. 24 times 5 is 120. And 60 times 2 is 120. So 20 times 2 is 40. 60 times 2 is 120. And now I can see that they are indeed equivalent. So it will be a yes. 7H. We have 9 over 15 and 30 over 45. So it's the same idea for 15 and 45. If I were to make the same denominator, I can divide both of them by 5. I get 3 and 9. Divide both of them by 3. I get 1 and 3. So lowest common denominator will be 5 times 3 times 1 times 3. And I get 45. For the left-hand side fraction, I need to times 15 by 3 to get to 45. So I'm just multiplying both the numerator by 3 and the denominator by 3. And I get 27 over 45. The right-hand side I get it already has a denominator of 45, so I don't need to do anything. And now I can see that they are not equal, so it will be a no. 7I, I have 15 over 20 and 20 over 25. Again, I need to make the same denominator. I can divide both of them by 5. And that's it. So lowest common denominator is 5 times 4 times 5. I get 100. For the left-hand side fraction, I can times both numerator and denominator by 5. For the right-hand side, I can times both numerator and denominator by 4 to make the denominator into 100. 15 times 5 is 75 over 100. 20 times 4 is 80 over 100. Now I can see that they are not equal, so I can say it's a no. 7J. 5 over 4 and 14 over 18. So 7 and 18 can't really divide them by anything, so lowest common denominator will just be 7 times 18. 18 times 7, 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 5 is 12. So I can times the left-hand side by 18 and the right-hand side by 7. 18 times 5 is 90 over 126. And then 14 times 7, I'll just do it here. 7 times 4 is 28. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 2 is 9. So 98 over 126. And of course, they are not equal. So it will be a no for 7J. Okay, I will see you in question 11.